how risk reviews work. Now, the first thing to understand is that the risk module, as many other modules in eramba, have multiple tabs. Not all of them, but most of them they do. In this tab, the asset risk tab is where you have all your risks, right? So the name of the risk, the people involved with the risk, the mitigation, the treatment, blah, blah, blah. In this tab here, we have the reviews of these risks. And that's because every risk has one or more reviews attached to it. And you can tell them by looking at this column here. So this risk in here has 4 reviews. Now, if I click on the review tab, what happens is eramba loads the same module with the same options, but I see here 23 results. So these are the reviews of the risks. You see a risk review belongs to a risk, and you see here to which risk it belongs. A risk review will always have a planned date. So when you said that you will do it, an actual date, which only be completed if the review is completed. So this is when you actually did the review. Who was involved with the review, the description of the review, so what happened with that, and whether it's completed or not. Every review will have comments and attachments. And this is the place where people will write down, hey, the review is completed, we haven't done any change on the risk, and you go back and forward. So the reviewers go back and forward in between themselves to try to establish what should be the review all about. Now, if I go to the risks in here, you will see that a risk has, for example, this one here has 6 reviews. If I click in this thing, it is a shortcut. And that takes me to the review module with a filter that shows me only the reviews for this particular risk. Now, as I said before, the risk review has multiple columns, and you need to learn how to deal with this review thing. Try to imagine a review as a spreadsheet with rows. So every row is a review, and every row can be edited. So if you want to complete that review, you cannot complete reviews which have been completed already. So you cannot modify reviews that have been completed already, yes? But if the review is incomplete, you can edit it. You can delete reviews, so you can delete rows. So if I don't want to review this risk anymore, I just go here and I delete it. If I want to complete this review, I go and edit it. Now, this review, see, is planned for, well, it's 2024, so it's in a couple of years. What if I want to do a review now about this risk because something happened? Well, you need to add a row in here. Well, the way you add things in any module in eramba is go into actions and click on add. So this is the first thing we will do. Now, we will simulate that we want to create an additional review to all this in here because something changed on that risk. The way I do that is I go to actions, I go to add, I select the risk. This one is website, could be hacked. And now I complete the review record. So what I will do is I will complete this review. I'll say, well, the review actually is today. So I put the plan and the actual date the same day. I can put here who was the reviewer. By default, eramba will use the reviewers which were set on the risk. What is the review about? So small changes on the risk. See attachments for details. Yes. I'm gonna complete the review, and now you see I need all the time to tell eramba when the next review will happen. Now this risk has already a review, which is, as I said before, is gonna happen in a couple of years. So eramba is saying basically, are you really sure you need another review because you already have one? And I don't really need another one in the future. So I'm gonna stake this. If I want to force to have another review in the future, well, I need to enable this and provide when that review will happen in the future. But again, I don't need to do any of this because I already have a review in the future. So all we do is we complete this review and now we save. What we're doing now, remember, is we are adding a row, a review for this risk. And here it is. I'm gonna sort them by plan date so you see a bit more clear. So I have my my plan date, my actual date, the description of the review, and now is my current one. You see, I can now put any comment and attachment I want into this review. Typically what I will do is I will export a PDF report of this risk, it has all the details of the risk, and I will attach it here. So it's clear what was the risk review about and what changes were made. Now, what if we want to do something different? We want to edit a review, right? So we have a review which is not 2 years in the future, it's maybe already expired, or it's gonna be about to expire, and we want to review that thing. So what we do is, well, we discuss the risk, we agree to whatever change has to be done on the risk. As I said, typically what I do is I export a PDF of that risk, and then I will go to my 3 reviews. You see, I know this risk in here has 3 reviews and one of them is expired. So this is, I know I can use this one if I want. I'm gonna go to show. So I have my 3 reviews. This one is expired, it was supposed to be done a couple of years ago actually. So what I do is I simply come here and I edit the record. You see the form is gonna be the same. It's just that the plan date won't be shown to me because it's already defined. So I'm gonna say, well, it's actually today. We changed nothing on this risk. Remember to complete the risk, please. And then on the next review, now I have to provide it in the future because I don't have any incomplete review in the future. So now I'll say, well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna test this, say, I don't know, in a few months. And I set the reviewers. And now that's it. I just go and save. So now I completed my review record, and now I have another review record in the future. Here you can see the review record in the future, the one I will have to do. Now the one which is the current review, and as I said, typically here under comments and attachments, you want to explain everything that happened with that risk. So every review has all its details. And that's it, you have completed the risk review. So in summary, every row is a review. You will get 2 reviews by default when you create a policy, when you create a risk, yes, the initial ones. And then you can edit your reviews, you can delete your reviews, and if you need, you can add more reviews by simply clicking here.